Hi guys, it's Elena from EMP and we're here at Bloodstock 2021 with Brady from Conjurer. Hi!
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, no bad. How are you doing?
I am good. It has been a little overwhelming. Like, I'm normally very good at the social side of this, but after like a year and a half of aggressively avoiding doing that, it's been, a little overwhelming, but like, just kind of feels like being back to normal, you know?
Yeah, I guess it is a bit weird for us as well, being back to after 18 months of avoiding people and keeping distance and stay away, and now you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna jump in a mosh pit.
Yeah, and like you see a friend and you go for a hug and you're like, oh, is this okay?
Yeah.
Double vaxxed, absolutely. It's all fine.
But yeah, so it's been a bit weird being back and stuff, but I guess you're excited,
Yeah, I'd like it. It's just always mind-blowing that we get to do stuff like this and that we're really kind of privileged enough to be in the position where this is like becoming a normal thing, which is unbelievable, and it's literally what I've wanted to do since I was 10 years old. So it's overwhelming is the word I'm sticking with.
But yeah, you guys are amazing, so I'm really glad to see how things are going for you, and to have you back after 2018 we had the first interview together.
It was warm then as well, and it's warm in here. We're
it's warm
tented.
in here, not outside, not so much. But yeah, so I'm quite disappointed in you.
Most people are.
Because you promised me an album called Shouting in Cello.
Next Conjurer album, it's going to be exclusively cello and shouting. It's going to be really good. Yeah, that's what it's called as well. Shouting and cello.
And I've been patiently waiting for the album called Shouting and Cello.
It was a lie, unfortunately. But we have written a proper album that will be mainly just shouting.
No cello.
No cello, unfortunately. But I've been saying this now for years that I really want to get back into playing the cello and do that. And then my wife is like, I've never seen you play a cello, get it out. And I'm too shy now. I
feel like you're too rusty.
I built it up too much. One day maybe, but unfortunately I'll be branded a liar for now, which I can live with.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to make my peace with the fact that shouting in cello is not gonna come out.
Unfortunately.
And okay, so other than not shouting in cello, because that's not coming, what your fans should keep an eye out for?
So we're playing a couple of shows towards the end of the year, and Damnation Festival, which is always a favourite. And then we are just really working to get the album out as soon as possible. How aware people are of the state of the music industry at the minute, with vinyl production being months and months of delays and everything being a little bit up in the air. The second that we can put the record out, we will. Our label really want to get it out and have been super supportive, so that's our focus. And between now and then we're just going to try and tour, and we've got some festival. We're doing Hellfest over in France and some other European festivals, and just really trying to get back into the swing of it, But yeah, the sooner we can get new music to people, the better.
Oh, and we can't wait for it. Even if it's not shouting in cello, okay, I'll
It's going to be disappointing, don't worry.
How does it feel, the idea of playing Hellfest with that lineup? You're there, your band is on that lineup, it's whoa.
It's so silly because it sounds so great, and I'm there's 30 bands I want to see on every day. The idea of actually going there and trying to watch 30 bands in a day is beyond exhausting. I struggle with 3 or 4 here for the day, so it's definitely another one of those. I think is going to be such a surreal, overwhelming event, and Converge Blood Moon's happening on the day that we're going, so we're all about that. But it's just it's so big, I can't even conceptualize it in my head. It's really hard to even fathom what that's gonna look like. So again, it's for years I've seen that lineup and gone, oh, I'd love to be on that, and now we're doing it.
Now you are. That's amazing. Yeah.
It's
you guys deserve it. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we try our best.
And talking about tours and gigs and stuff, do you have any funny on the road story that you can tell us?
No, know, depressingly, we're like insanely boring. Like it's kind of a bit, it's terrible for PR. Our PR guy's like, can you do something interesting so we can talk about it in interviews? I'm like, absolutely not. We are like, the guy that drives us in the US is like waking up, doing yoga first thing, and like giving us all our multivitamins for the day and making sure that we eat healthy, and is like, we're just not a wild and crazy band. But I did meet my wife on tour in America in 2019, and then we got married a couple of months ago. So like,
congratulations.
Yeah, that's definitely the craziest thing to come out of this band for me. And other than that, we just turn up and we don't really drink a whole lot, and we like to hang out and listen to Katy Perry, and it's just like, just not, I'm sorry, like ruining the illusion, but like at our most wild is us on stage, and the rest of it is just like trying to hang out.
Fair, like that's great. Like, you know, being in a metal band doesn't mean like, you know, like being like Motley Crue, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Eating healthy and like taking vitamins, that's great. That's a great message.
None of us could handle it. Like, I have a few pints and I'm like, oh, okay, game over. Like, this is it. I mean, you need to look after yourself, especially like your throat and stuff. Like, you know, you need to, yeah. I definitely need to do that more. Especially like, we came for the day yesterday, and like, I had a fair amount to drink, and by the end of it, I was like, that was silly. Like, but it was fine. We got here, we did the job, and like, had a great time, all things considered, I think.
So you mentioned Katy Perry. Would you put her in like kind of a guilty pleasure list, or are you proud of listening to Katy?
Loud and proud pleasure. Like, all the way here, me and my wife were listening to Cardi B, and we listened to a bit of the new Earn album. Those guys played on like Thursday, who were brilliant apparently. I missed them because I'm awful. And then like Kanye West, and just like a bunch of hip hop, because it's like, I'm really not trying to like drive for an hour to come and be around this all day and like blare music beforehand, you know. It's for me, music is a lot about the kind of headspace, and I don't have it in me to listen to metal most of the time.
Of course.
Same with the guy, especially when you're on tour and you're like, it's a 9-hour drive, do I want to listen to blast beats for like any of that? Like, so it's interesting. We've all got quite eclectic music tastes, so there's always like a bit of a curveball. Someone will throw in some jazz, or there'll be something that's out there. So it's it's nice to be surrounded by musicians that are kind of really broad in their taste and really excited about new things that aren't just metal.
Although, I think that's great. It keeps you like open-minded.
Metal's obviously great though.
Of course, that's why we're here. But
obviously, bloody hell.
So like, who is in your like wish list for collaborations? Like, you know, any band or artist that you like, shit, like I know I made it when I collaborate with them.
I mean, we just had a record mixed and mastered by Will Putney, who was like the person we wanted to work with, and so that's been a really crazy experience. And like, moving forwards, we're just trying to do cool shit. There's no real like, we're not coming here with like, okay, we want to play this venue or this festival or with this band. It's like, we just want to do as much cool shit as we can while we have the opportunities and while people are willing to support us. And like, after we put our first album out and like played a headline show, we were like, well, that's everything we ever wanted to do. So just all of this stuff is like great, you know, we'll kind of take it in our stride. And I would really like to see how far we can go with kind of quite heavy oppressive music, you know?
That's awesome. And like, what's your like go-to karaoke song?
That came out of left field. Probably Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem. Because I'm not a particularly good singer, but I've been obsessed with rap music for like years. So like, I very quietly like rap along in my room, and I've built up this complex that I could have been a rapper. I don't have the style for it, but like... Well,
you're wearing a hoodie now, like you can just put the hood up and that's it. That's a new look.
It's something. So yeah, definitely something like that would be a little bit, or like ABBA and just like really belt it and go for it, you know?
So can you just like leave us with a message for like your UK and European fans?
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's been a minute since we did anything, but we are dedicated to getting this album out to you. I personally think it's much better than the previous one, as everyone would say that, but like I've sat with it now for a while and it's quite different. So, you know, if you don't get it immediately, give it a chance. It's trying its best, and we'll hopefully see you at a rock show soon. That's all I got.
Awesome. Well, Brady, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
No worries.
I'll forgive you for not putting out Shouting in Cello. I'll forgive you.
Yeah, thank you. That really means a lot.
Well,
thanks for having me.
Thank you
I'll
so
see
much.
you next time we play.
Yeah.
Oh, formal. Love it.